The next one is actually about brainstorming about online services.
On. On is much better than off. Yeah, okay. So is there a time that I can see also? Okay, great. Thanks. Okay, so I have a lot more to say about all these things that I'm not going to tell you right now. But there's 4 freedoms that the FSF describes for free software: freedom to run the program for any purpose, the freedom to study and adapt the program, the freedom to share copies, and the freedom to improve and release that. But if you think about me sitting at a web application, I'm sitting at the Google box and I'm thinking, can I run it myself? I can't find out how it works because they won't give it to me. I can't share it because they didn't give me a copy to share, and I can't improve the Google search engine that I'm sitting typing things into because I don't have a copy to improve. But it's not even just that I'm not allowed to, it's that structurally it's far away from me. So even if it's not like proprietary software where you're not allowed to exercise the 4 freedoms, but you can, you just might go to jail. It's actually that you can't. So that's a real difference. So this is one perspective on running free software, running non-free software as a service, it seems to me. If you keep, anyway. So, this is a bit extreme, obviously. But if you choose to have someone else run lots of non-free software that you rely on, then obviously you're still using the non-free software. But you might choose to do that because it provides features you like, or because they maintain it so you don't have to actually install it. I did a quick survey of my free software mailing list archive from the past 6 months, just my lists folder, and more than a quarter of the email addresses are at gmail.com. So there's a lot of Gmail users. Okay, so in addition to all these features and not system-inning it, there are network effects. For sites like, oh, I have skipped some slides of mine. Anyway, for sites like LinkedIn or Olo or Facebook, you want to use those websites because the people you want to talk to are there. It's not like email, where you can use a different client where the messages will get routed. If you don't use that website, if you don't use their software running on their computers, you can't talk to those people. So I've been brainstorming about this idea of mine called rogue interoperability, where you're not supposed to interoperate, but you do. Facebook has an internal messaging service you can use to send messages between users, which is strictly worse than email. So you should just make a gateway to IMAP and SMTP. And then you can use Mutt or Pine or whatever for Facebook messaging, for the people who send you Facebook messages. There's a website, Twitter, where you can send small messages to other people. It's a silo, so it's like sending messages on a BBS, in that you have to be on that domain to send and receive the messages. There's another network called Identica and Laconica, which provides these software services of Twitter, but gives you the software and can federate between domains. So Twitter is like BBS email, and Laconica is like internet email. But there's no gateway between the two. So if you want to use the distributed federated system, you would need something like what I'm prototyping now called Intertweet that routes messages between the two systems. And one of the things you might use free software, you might enjoy in free software, is the ability to add new features. There's again, back to Facebook. There's when you go to Facebook and you look at someone's profile, if they list their email address, it's shown as an image. So I wrote a tool that OCRs it in line, and a Firefox add-on to do that inline when you view the page. So you go to the user profile, you see the image, you wait about 6 seconds for it to get sent to my server, process to come back, and inline it gets turned into text, which you can copy and paste. And one of the freedoms you might want to exercise is the freedom to use a program for any purpose. Gmail is two things. It's a server-side daemon that stores your mail and talks to your web browser, and a JavaScript set of code that runs on your web browser that implements a nice-looking interface. So fmail is something that I'm halfway through writing again that lets you take the JavaScript and retarget it so that the Gmail interface can be used against your server, not the Gmail server. So, relevance, impact, kind of like running software on the mainframe, but bye.
Okay. Thank you.